Good luck with that.
Good afternoon, everyone. Let's begin. I recognize Councillor Jacobs for a prayer and pledge of allegiance.
Thank you. I just want to take a moment of silence to reflect and to put out a sort of a message of hope for peace and resolution in the world for all the conflicts. I pledge allegiance
The flag
of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands,
one nation
under God,
indivisible.
with liberty and justice.
Thank you, Councillor.
I'd now like to recognize Councillor Kennedy for a motion to record advice and consent for the financial warrant.
How much are we spending? I'll make that motion, Governor. Second.
Motion made and seconded. All in favor? Any opposed? The ayes have it. Thank you. I'd now like to recognize Councillor Duff. This is for a motion to record advice and consent for the pending list of notaries public.
So move, Governor.
Second.
Motion made and seconded. All those in favor, say aye. Any opposed? The ayes have it. So moved. I'd now like to recognize Councillor Jacobs for a motion to record advice and consent for the appointment of Alexandra S. Flanders to the position of Associate Justice of the Probate Family Court.
I am very enthusiastically make that motion.
Is there a second? Moved and seconded. Any discussion? Hearing no further discussion, I'd like to ask the secretary to call the roll, please.
Councillor Ayala,
Yes.
Councillor Duff,
Yes.
Councillor Kennedy,
Yes.
Councillor Jacobs,
Yes.
Councillor Ferrer,
Yes.
Councillor Devaney. Yes.
With 6 members voting in the affirmative, the vote carries. Thank you. I'd now like to recognize Councillor Ferreira for a motion to record advice and consent for the appointment of McCallum, E. Howe, to the position of Associate Justice of the Probate and Family Court.
So move, Governor. Thank you.
Second.
Any discussion? Hearing none, I'd like the secretary to please call the roll.
Councillor Duff,
Yes.
Councillor Kennedy,
Yes.
Councillor Jacobs,
Yes.
Councillor Ferrer,
Yes.
Councillor Devaney. Yes. Councillor Ayala,
Yes.
6 members voting in the affirmative, the vote carries. I now recognize Councillor Kennedy for a motion to record advice and consent for the appointment of Amanda F. Ward to the position of Associate Justice of the District Court.
We'll move, Governor, an outstanding nominee. Second.
Great nominee.
Any discussion? Hearing none, I'd now like to ask the secretary to please call the roll.
Councillor Kennedy,
Yes.
Councillor Jacobs,
Yes.
Councillor Ferrer,
Yes.
Councillor Devaney. Yes. Councillor Ayala,
Yes.
Councillor Duff,
Yes.
6 members voting in the affirmative, the vote carries. Well, thank you all for your time today and appreciate the good work on behalf of the council. Before we conclude, I'll recognize Councillor.
I might be redundant and excuse that, but I'm talking for the people's right to know. And I get calls all the time and I can't answer them. Why, when we have hearings, we only show the nominee and the witnesses? We don't show the councilors who are speaking or anyone else. And we show people in the assembly right now, but we used to show them. I don't know of any committee that you go to and it just shows the chair. Doesn't make sense. People want to know who's speaking. They want to know. And so I'm pleading again. I've been asking almost a year now. So I'm hoping that we will show the people who are speaking. That's the people's right to know. Thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate that, Councillor Devaney, and that'll be reflected on the record. Councillor Jacobs?
I also have something I just wanted to say. I guess I'll stand. I feel So I want to offer this statement for the good of the Commonwealth. I have recently been visiting the archives and learning about Governor's Council, hearkening back historic records there. And there's a statement that was made in this chamber on Wednesday, December 9th, 1970, by Governor's Counselor Connolly that feels relevant for today. And so I wanted to share. This is the statement from 1970, 54 years ago. As we conclude today's meeting, I am again mindful that we are leaving this chamber while many of our citizens are most uncomfortably waiting to be reached in a great number of our busier courts. I cannot help but feel that we are being negligent of our duty to them and to the cause of swift administration of justice when we continue to allow the increasing number of judicial vacancies to go week after week without being filled. Most notably are the vacancies in the Boston courts, some of which have been vacant since last March. While I can appreciate your heavy workload as you prepare for a full term, I remain convinced that sufficient time has elapsed for you to have made careful selections and have presented this council with some nominations. In the interest of speeding up the process of filling these vacancies, I am this day placing my time at your disposal for any special meeting you may wish to call for the purpose of interviewing judicial nominees. I urge you to move as quickly as possible on these vacancies before tardiness becomes delinquency. So I share this today because it echoes the words of concern that I've been fielding through calls, texts, emails from concerned community members, legislators, and members of the judiciary who've been reaching out to me to share the impact that the many judicial vacancies are having in my district of Western Mass, and I know is similarly felt across the state. The 30+ judicial vacancies are creating a critical bottleneck in our courts, one that is felt and seen, and that is reaching a critical and urgent level that I hope will be addressed with a renewed vigor in nominations coming to council. I appreciate the work that your administration has been doing. The JNC, the Office of Chief Legal Counsel, has done in bringing exceptionally qualified nominations that are a brilliant representation of the best we hope to see in our judiciary in terms of temperament, experiences, and diversity. So I thank you for your dedication to ensuring that our judiciary is served by such extraordinary individuals. So,
Thank you.
thank you.
Thank you, Counselor. And while that was 2 months before I was born, I appreciate the applicability today. And I also appreciate the quality of folks who have come through and the work of all of you in reviewing and hearing candidates and ruling on those candidates. So know that I am looking forward to making new nominations very shortly to all of you, and understand and appreciate our shared commitment to the administration of fair but expeditious justice across all of our trial courts. So I really appreciate it. I wish you all well this afternoon. And with that, our business, I believe, is now concluded. Thank you.
Thank you, Governor.